A new NBA trade season is approaching lightning fast, and before it does, we've all been thinking about the best assets the association has in its pocket right now, and where we can expect to see them next. More often than not, the off-season trade comes as a surprise, so we're here to soften the blow a bit for you.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First up, where franchises are headed. The selection of players and draft picks is usually carried out based on the franchise's own intentions for the near future. Teams are intending to rebuild for the future and up their game with their lineups, which means the NBA offseason is always brimming with rumors surrounding key players around the league. So it really depends on the players themselves, plus what they'll bring to different teams when they're considered potential draft picks. For example, Luka Doncic isn't a trade asset for the Orlando Magic, the Dallas Mavericks, and so forth. The selection instead is centered around players who are the most attractive centerpieces in significant blockbuster purchases. Like if the Utah Jazz decide to move Rudy Gobert, it'll be viable for selling because star-to-star swaps are 1 in a million. That being said, here we're giving you a rundown of the 3 top players with their respective teams that are equipped to be traded and will make a significant impact on the blockbuster trade market along with the best asset they have, so we can give you an insight on possible packages. Now, stars that'll be hitting the market. There's quite a few talents that are expected, anticipated even, to hit the market this offseason, and rumors are a dime a dozen when it comes to what some big names will be doing in the league in the near future. Names like Rudy Gobert, Russell Westbrook, Donovan Mitchell, and D'Angelo Russell, to name a few, are some of the key talents that could be moved around this offseason. And of course, each player brings something different to the table, both in terms of finances and individual skill. So without further ado, here are a few stars that we think are excellent trade assets for this offseason. First, we have Tyrese Maxey, the unexpected pick. Up until a few days ago, there was no reason for Tyrese Maxey to be available for offseason trade, unless the Philadelphia 76ers had some grand plan to snatch up another top 15 player instead of him to partner with Joel Embiid and perhaps James Harden. Maxey was highly unlikely to be available for trade. But lo and behold, team president Daryl Morey is probably going to do exactly that. Brian Windhorst from ESPN stated in an episode of the #Greeny Show that the Philadelphia 76ers have dreams and plans, which, in Daryl Morey terminology, means he has ambitions for the team's superstars. However, it's worth noting that Maxey is a most improved player candidate, 21 years old, and has around 2 years left on his rookie scale, so trading him seems a little nearsighted. On the other hand, this is all the 76ers have got to be able to enter any All-Star discussions. Maxey doesn't really earn even close to enough to be the only outgoing talent in any significant trade, but he does add spice to any larger package, being an up-and-coming mainstay. And considering the way he performed last season, putting him at number 1 is not an exaggeration of his value. He's fast, versatile, savvy, has great range, and shows real improvement, not to mention him being the first player in NBA history to clear 4 assists and 17 points, 50% on 2s and 40% on 3s, all before his 21st birthday. This last season, he collected all these numbers as the second most important player of the 76ers, which only increases his weightage as an appealing trade. After the Harden trade, he played a more streamlined role, right into 18.7 points and 3.5 assists per game, which escalated his value even higher. He's young, crazy talented, and has the potential to become an all-star, both of which are the key aspects of any quality blockbuster offer. In his second season, he's already given the 76ers more than they could have expected, considering how young he is. And we'd be lying if we said it's reasonable to expect him to up his game even further, now that Joel Embiid's been sidelined. But if anything, he's one to rise to the challenge. With his 1% better everyday mindset, Maxey is most definitely a rising star, and he's rising fast. The 76ers are underdogs in this second-round series, that's true, but they do have this massive asset and very valuable talent that Philadelphia fans will root for to the moon and back. Now, OG Anunoby, one size fits all. OG Anunoby is someone whose value extends to all kinds of trade discussions. He's both someone that buyers would target and someone who's an asset to his own team. And OG hasn't demanded a trade this offseason either. His multifacetedness in the trade talks means he's not really someone who'd make the cut for a trade. But recently, sources told Jake Fisher from Bleachers Report that OG's been growing dissatisfied with his role in the Toronto Raptors offense, which means we can probably definitely consider him a trade prospect this offseason. According to the run-of-the-mill rumors that have been circulating in rival front offices, after an incredible season with Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year Anunoby has been dissatisfied with his role in the team, as Barnes has joined Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam as the primary ball holders. Though sources have emphasized that Anunoby hasn't directly expressed disappointment with his position in the Raptors, it's safe to assume that the talk around him is mostly propelled by external interest in getting his services. The captain of the Raptors is team president Masai Ujiri, an executive who will never sit on a Toronto team if it's not up to his standards. He will definitely make a consolidation move at some point. That's just how he works. And the fifth-year forward is the Raptors' most valuable asset after Pascal Siakam or Scotty Barnes, the latter two being players that they're definitely not going to consider in potential blockbuster buys. Anunoby comes above Fred VanVleet in their list of valuable assets, who is both older and smaller than the former, despite providing more shot creation. Sadly, specialists don't really care for much more than the audience appeal on a top 4 lottery pick. But regardless of that, Anunoby is one of the best 3-and-Ds in the league and definitely has the potential to be even more. With 3 years, $55.9 million left on his deal at 25 years of age, Anunoby is the dream player for any team, with the ability to complement any rotation. His shooting, positionless defense, straight-line driving, and methodical dribble are skills malleable to every team's liking. He has the potential to get even better, still young enough, but he's also established enough to kickstart any team's upcoming objectives. He's both a finished product and has room to improve, and this workability makes him a weighty asset for any NBA team. No team in the NBA wouldn't be happy to have him, regardless of what direction they're planning to go in. If he's available this offseason, there's definitely going to be a long list of interested buyers and/or traders. Up next, Jonathan Kuminga, the rookiest of them all. Now that the Golden State Warriors almost made it all the way to the NBA Finals, there's barely anyone who should be up for the offseason trading. The team governor, Joe Lacob, has made a huge fuss about the organization having to contend and build for the future simultaneously. And with the Golden State Warriors being just a few victories short of another title, we don't really blame him. While all that is well and good, it's also worth noting that an organization with a 34-year-old all-star, yes, Stephen Curry, playing at his peak would be stupid to not consider every option that will impact their near future. And this isn't about their preference, it's about the responsibility of having one of the top 10 best players of the NBA history playing at the level of a top 5 star. Don't get us wrong, we totally believe the Golden State Warriors have every right to be choosy. They don't need to chase big flashy names in the league after progressing this far into the postseason. But what they do need is to let loose their best assets only if the right superstar is available for them, which is highly unlikely at this point in the offseason, unless it's a name nobody is discussing right now. Jonathan Kuminga is a player that the Warriors can risk peddling at the centerpiece in such a scenario, just in case such a scenario happens. And he's a force to be reckoned with. Kuminga is very reminiscent of a Pascal Siakam-type player, being an extremely multifaceted offense with jumpers off live dribbles, standstill outside shooting, bulldozing finishes, and of course, playing the game at warp speed. He also doubles as a positionless defender who can easily handle small ball handlers and tussle with big players. We're still a few months away from the trade market opening back up, and there's no shortage of big names that can still be moved around. But there's a great chance these players will be at the top of the list. All of them would give the organizations acquiring them a massive head start. That's a wrap for this video. Who do you think will be one of the top picks this offseason? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.